All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Forgot what day it was for a minute. So, as you guys know, if you guys are following the news in Discord or wherever you follow your Strike Force news, of course, we do have the Roadmap 2021, which is supposed to cover, I guess, the first half of the year, or maybe the next 6 months or something like that, coming in about 12 minutes from now. So we're just going to be hanging out here until that goes live, maybe checking out the latest Reddit complaints while we're at it. And then when it does go... Oh, something happened to my Reddit. When it does go live, maybe there's so many people on Reddit right now waiting for this to go up. And then, of course, when it goes live, we'll check it out and, go through it and see what kind of new stuff we have coming to the game and whether or not any of this actually matters and makes people happy for all the frustration that's been in the community lately. And sure, I'll take some questions. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I know this is a really bad time for a lot of people, so probably won't have as many people in the live stream as we normally do for Saturdays. But feel free to just talk, post whatever you want in the live chat while we kind of get started here. Am I ever gonna quit Strike Force? If so, what game am I gonna play? Well, currently, no, I don't have any plans to quit. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this live stream here today. Otherwise, I would have just thrown it aside. I do play lots of other games, though. I do play RPGs, MMOs, strategy games as well. So we'll see. I am currently waiting for a certain MMO to come out. I actually might consider going back to World of Warcraft Classic, possibly when the expansion comes out for a little bit, if I get bored enough to play it again. I played it for a little while, and then it's kind of nostalgia for me. But yeah, I do play quite a wide range of games, though. So we had this post here, this is about 2 hours ago, and telling us basically about this the roadmap ahead, or what they call the first half preview. And so it looks like, though, we are going to get another post next week, which is like Community Acknowledgement Round 2. So I don't know what that is going to be exactly. It's going to be basically more details, I hope, to the first post, which... Does this bring up the Reddit one? Or no? This blog post here. So I'm sure you guys saw this, and I talked at length about this, the Acknowledging Community Feedback post here, Orange Gear Access, all this stuff. What they don't mention in here actually is red stars, red star orbs or whatever. I know that that's a huge issue for a lot of people, so I'm wondering if this is an exhaustive list, or if they're gonna actually come back next week and maybe bring out some other things that are still of a concern to the community. And hey James, yeah, I'm looking forward to the roadmap too. That should be out in 10 minutes, and we'll be checking that out. Sorry, yeah, and Moses as well. Yeah, so it's going to be... Oh, yeah, the blog post for next week is coming tomorrow morning. Today is the roadmap, and then next week is the acknowledgement round 2. So there's going to be 3 posts over the next week or so. One today, one tomorrow, and then one sometime next week. Hey, what's going on, everyone? So yeah, thanks for joining me on this special live stream. It's not going to be too long, probably about 45 minutes or so, depending on how long it takes to talk about and go over everything, depending on how much stuff there is to talk about, really. But like I said, I hope that they're going to be addressing some of the... I don't know if some of the stuff in this community feedback post is going to be necessarily in the roadmap. We'll have to wait till next week, I guess, when they go into further detail about some of these things. So Orange Gear Access, training modules, character availability, Doom Raid rewards. These are... And raid milestones. Oh my god. Raid milestones really need to get updated. Now that I started doing Ultimate 7.4, we actually cleared the raid milestone, I think, in half a day. Like basically one Ultimate 7.4. I think it's hilarious. So they really... if they could add more stuff to the raid milestones, that would really help. Maybe some Orange Gear, anything, really. I mean, that would just help ease up the crunch for those of us who definitely if you're in Ultimate 6, I think you max out the milestones. So, it's pretty easy to do so. I hope that they add some stuff to that. So, save squads. Not only do we need more saved squads, but we also need saved tabs, game mode tabs. What good is it to have 5 more save squads if I can't, if it's just for Blitz. Realistically, my save squads are just for Blitz and maybe Alliance War, where they happen to be on the same team. It's the same team that I'm using, but I don't have any extra slots for raids, you know, in other arrangements of hybrid arrangements for my war, so it's really frustrating actually. So yeah, they don't just need more save squats for this part here, they just they need the tabs. But yeah, so we still have 8 more minutes to go for the blog post roadmap, and I do want to have a disclaimer here. My puppy Loki, I'm sure you guys are aware, he is up and about. I have him currently busy on a toy thingy, but if he does get a bit barky, my apologies. I'm putting this disclaimer in front of every live stream because there's a couple of people who seem to get really annoyed the fact that I have a dog and I have to deal with that from time to time. So disclaimer there for everyone, in case that annoys you. You know now, there could be some barks occasionally, and if it gets really bad, you know, I'll mute the mic, but just wanted to let you all know ahead of time. So anyways, looking back at the Reddit, subreddit, man, there's so much crap on Reddit these days. I try to make it, you know, at least once a day I try to go through Reddit just to see, you know, what are the posts of the day, what are people complaining about again, and nothing. I haven't actually looked over the last few hours really though. They need to fix Arena and PvP. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they can do anything about Arena. You know, you're probably talking about Arena slingshotting. Realistically, I don't know if they can do anything about that. They would have to overhaul the entire system. The RealTime Arena, I know that's still a source of frustration for a lot of people. So I don't really know what they're planning on doing with that there. New characters put in the raid orb. I want to say that Beast is probably going to go into the raid store. It hasn't been updated in a very long time. I think maybe they're waiting for this season 3 to go on for another week before they do that. Just how Yellow Jacket was added to a node as well. Looks like Loki got bored of his thing that I gave him. I have a backup treat just in case I need it. Oh, don't tell me he needs to go outside. Well, we do have 3 minutes. We actually have 6 minutes. Where is he? Hey, what's wrong? You wanna come say hi? You wanna come say hi? Loki! I took him outside before we even started this. There's a problem with RealTime Arena. 1,000 ISO credits in a... Oh, well, I mean, that's not... I mean, ions probably is what you mean. That's not a lot, though. You want to say hi to the people, Loki? Got 20-something people on here. You want to say hi? Oh, no. Come on. Ah. So, how can you say no to this face? Hey, you want to wave? Wave. Wave to the nice people. Hey, oh, do we have someone? Someone just came home? Okay, I'll let you down. I was gonna give you this treat, but I guess you don't need it. Right. Anyways, back to Reddit. We have about 4 more minutes. I'll also bring up. I'll leave this one up here, and I'll open another tab here. For not this blog post. I'll just keep updating it every couple of minutes to see when it actually finally goes up here. But how is everyone else doing on this Friday? If anyone's following WandaVision, of course, that's out today. Just another thing to talk about. I am watching that and probably ordering in some pizza later on for that. So that's great. So I don't know what you guys are up to on this Friday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. Current state of the game post. I think it's a bit too early to say another current state of the game. I'm probably going to, you know, do another video, of course, after the, maybe not today, but for, in relation to this roadmap. I expect there's going to be a lot to talk about here, so we're not going to be able to cover it all today, but hopefully we can actually just, you know, go through it slowly and kind of absorb all of the information that I assume is going to be there, unless it's going to be a short-ass blog post, but I hope not. I hope that, you know, there is some detail there of things that we, you know, as a community for Marvel Strike Force are looking to see. Hey, how's it going, White? How's your Friday? Don't like WandaVision? Really? I think a lot of people really didn't like the first couple episodes, but I think it definitely improved as it went on, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in there that I wonder if they're going to bring into Marvel Strike Force at some point. Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out next month, I'm pretty sure. So I wonder if they're going to do any tie-ins to the shows for characters. There is a couple of characters, I'm not going to spoil it, of course, if anyone's still watching it. There's some characters that show up, and I hope they come to the Strike Force because there's a team in there that they're on that I really want them to work on. So fingers crossed for me. Dormammu ability breakdown. I would let speaking of Dormammu, I don't know if you guys got there was a survey that went around a couple of days ago of a long list of characters, and they were like, do you know this character? Do you like this character? What do you think about this character? Would you like to play these characters? There was like at least 40 characters on that list. Dormammu was one of them. So I guess they're gauging their how popular these characters are before they decide to maybe consider bringing some of these in. So I wonder, if any, and I have photos of them somewhere on the Discord. Loki.
Quiet.
Loki. Hey, 1 second, guys. Loki, hey, what do I got for you? 1 second, I gotta give Loki his treat because he's getting a bit barky, so I'll be back in a minute. Loki, what are you, man? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. There you are. Give him a nice little onion ring, or I don't know what the hell that was. Alright. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So, I gave that disclaimer. There might be a case where I might have to get up. We do have 1 more minute until the roadmap ahead. I'll refresh this just to make sure it didn't come out early. Did it come out early? Alex, welcome to the live stream. Apocalypse first and Dormammu. Dormammu just seems like an inevitability. I mean, it's his Dark Dimension, right? So at some point they have to do it, don't they? Apocalypse I don't think would be a Dark Dimension character, but he could be a villain legendary. I kind of thought X Factor would get one, but I think it's probably too early to have 2 mutants back to back. I don't think they would do that, but maybe. Because we do have a legendary obviously coming for the end of May. Or start of June, somewhere around then, back when Ebony Maw came out last year. Let's refresh this again. Sitting here at 1:59 on my clock. Omega Red is in Loki? Oh, the show. What? In the Loki TV show? They're bringing Omega Red. Really? That's true. I mean, we'll see what actually happens with this post here, waiting for it to show up. I had no idea that Omega Red was actually going to be in the Loki TV show, but hey, if that's true, that would be pretty awesome. I have heard that Silver Surfer is supposedly coming, and I don't think they're adding him to X Factor, but maybe I read that wrong. I hope that there's something new here for us to talk about. I'm sitting here refreshing. It's 2 o'clock, guys. Where's the post? Or is it only going on Reddit? Maybe I should refresh Reddit. Where is it? Nope, not up yet. Refresh again. I'm that guy. And so is everyone else, probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they really do need to change things now. They need to have concrete plans for some of the suggestions that they made in this post here, the acknowledging community feedback. And of course, there's going to be a community feedback part 2 or whatever you want to call that coming next week. And I hope that they have some real good stuff to talk about. I have to refresh here. Oh my god, it's Captain Marvel. It's skins. Oh my god, it's skins, guys. There's a black Cyclops. I don't know what version of Captain Marvel that is. And is that Shadowland? I have no idea. Some Daredevil. Alright, let's look, guys. So it looks like we got some skins coming, at the very least. Costumes. Greetings, Marvel Strike Force fans. We're already into February, but we'd like to formally welcome you into the new year, and spring will be here before you know it. The dev team has a number of projects and initiatives that we're working on in 2021, as we started doing this about every 6 months. We'd like to give you a preview of some things we're targeting to release in the first half of the year. Costumes. Marvel characters we know and loved have evolved in, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Multiple costume attires. Excited to announce the ability to change character costumes is coming. We're happy to share some of the changes you'll be able to make. So, I don't know what version of Daredevil that is, or Captain Marvel. Is this the Kree? I don't know. Is anyone... This is Kree colors, right? This looks kind of like Minerva. I have no idea what version of Daredevil that is. It looks like a costume, like some sort of team costume for Daredevil. Is that like an Avengers? I don't know, whatever he's been on. It is Defenders, proper one. I don't read the Daredevil comics. One of the exciting aspects. Don't spoil it in the chat. One of the exciting aspects of costumes is that we can visit the iconic uniforms and apparel in the Marvel Universe. Some characters that currently have classic attire might get access to a more modern look, or vice versa. Please note, blah, 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 Marvel movie TV shows. Please note that the costumes shown here might not be the first ones made available, but they'll coming in the not-so-distant future. Methods in which costumes will be unlocked is still being finalized. Why do I think that this is going to be money? But it's likely they'll be available through several different modes in the game. Similar, so like maybe achievements, but I kind of think that they're going to bring it out with cash dollar, because you know that seems pretty obvious. We know that this is something our players have been asking for, and we're eager to hear your feedback on which costumes that you'd like to see. Thank you, Fuzzy, for the donation. That's super appreciative. ISO 8 Tier 2. Last year, when the ISO 8 feature was introduced, we were thrilled with the positive response. ISO 8, I'll give them credit. ISO 8 was actually a good rollout. I actually really enjoyed it, and I still do. And so I hope that the Tier 2 isn't going to be absolutely terrible. It's intended to be late-game content when introduced, and players will first gain access to Tier 2 crystals and ions as rewards in Doom Raid. The one question I do have about the Tier 2 ISO crystals is whether or not it overwrites level 1 progress. Do I need to max out level 1 before I can use level 2 or Tier 2? I would think so, because otherwise you would just jump ahead straight to Tier 2, and that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, and it kind of like, you know, it isn't great for progression, but we will find out more. Strike Pass. Most of you have likely already been earning rewards with Mojo's Mayhem and RTA. We'll be using a similar system called the Strike Pass to grant extra rewards for completing daily objectives. In most cases, this means you'll get more rewards, orange gear, for the action you've already taken in the game. Oh boy, guys. Oh boy. So this Strike Pass looks like an additional pass for stuff that people were asking for the Mojo's Mayhem Battle Pass, and it looks like you'll just be completing objectives from regular gameplay, which is what people wanted from the original Battle Pass already. And they're doing another one? And so they're monetizing a second one? I really hope not. There will be different levels of rewards based on your current level in the game. For example, the pass for newer players will likely contain a lot of blue and purple, while the pass for veteran players will contain more orange gear. Oh, boy. And thank you again, Fuzzy. If this looks like 3 different donations, thank you. Exclusive original character. Not gonna lie, we're pretty stoked about this next thing we've been working on closely. A brand new character never before seen that will be introduced into the Marvel Universe exclusively through Marvel Strike Force. Officially canon in the Marvel Universe too. That's interesting because I don't play Contest of Champions, but doesn't he have like an original character that's specific to that game? So this could be really interesting. So we'll see who that ends up being. I'm totally on board for something like that. I hope he's a standalone character. Improvements, Save Squad tabs. We've been steadily rolling out improvements over the past year to the Squad Select screen and the associated character roster and blah, 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 blah. Base improvements, Save Squads, tabs. Thank God. I was just saying this before we loaded this up. We need tabs, not just more Save Squads. We need tabs for different game modes. Holy crap. I've been asking this forever. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you very much for the donations. Instead of having only one list of Save Squads, you'll have multiple tabs and lists associated with several of the most popular game modes like Arena, Blitz, and Raid. Thank God for that. Wait, why isn't War in there? War better be in there as well, because War is another one for War offense that needs this. But hey, this is a good start. So as long as they added to most of the game modes, it doesn't have to be Dark Dimension, I don't care about that. But at the very least, War should be in there. While that larger feature is being worked on, we plan to add more Save Squads in the next game version as a stopgap. Okay, I'm okay with this, but I hope that these tabs do not take forever to come out. I really hope that they're working on this, because this is something that people have been asking for a long time. you know, like ever since save squads were a thing. Ultron's getting hey, don't get ahead of me here. Raid season milestone rewards. This is something we mentioned in a previous post, but is worth mentioning again. There we go. I saw it right there actually. So I spoiled it myself. I saw the red stars for Ultron. We'll get to it. As an important feature that is due to be spruced up with the metagame. Currently, many alliances tend to finish the race milestones rather quickly. Like I said before I loaded this post, I don't know about you guys, but I finish my raid milestones in like a day or less. Now that I'm in Ultimate 7.4. So looking to improve the long-term experience with more milestones for more rewards, including orange gear. Thank you. That is good. I hope they expand it quite a bit because actually, like I said, if we clear it in one day, it realistically needs to be about 5 to 7 times longer. Raid key tracking. Something that we've been requested by many Alliance leaders and officers, the ability to see which members of the Alliance are contributing those raid keys. We know that Alliance leaders have additional quality of life improvement requests, and the team is reviewing those to evaluate. So, that wasn't really on the top of my issues, but, you know, I'll take any quality of life improvements that, you know, can be had in the game, of course. Red stars for Ultron. I have been, oh my god, I've been waiting for this day. I level 80'd my Ultron. So I'm gonna take him to tier 15 maybe after I beat Dark Dimension 4 for the first time. This is awesome. And once again, Fuzzy, thank you for the chat donations. That's great. The team wants to give additional values to opening basic red stars, and we're doing this by introducing a new currency that will be part of the orb drops. This new currency will be redeemable to purchase red stars for characters like Ultron, who previously didn't have any access to them, and additional red stars for Ultimus. The new currency will give players some additional agency into getting red stars for specific characters. Please note that the new currency is intended to be something accrued and redeemed over a period of time. So I'm a bit confused, I'm not gonna lie, because we already have promotion credits. So is this gonna be an alternate promotion credit specific to Ultimus? Kind of like how Ultimus shards fragments were a thing? I'm kind of maybe this is like a long-term thing where you get an alternate currency and then eventually you get enough stacked up to rank up Ultron's red stars. But this would be great. Ultron is a super great character for countering Marauders. If you guys have been really frustrated in Alliance War, Ultron is really important to those Marauders counters, you know, F4tron, Powertron, Inhumatron, all these things. So any extra red stars for Ultron not only is going to make him better, but it's going to make it a lot easier to counter these teams, so that's going to be great. It does say in terms of, I don't know if it's going to be a ton of, if it's just Ultron and Ultimus that you can upgrade with this alternate system. It's not super clear, but we do know that something like that is coming, so that's awesome. And yeah, thanks again, Fuzzy. Thanks for coming by the live stream. API, application programming interface. So people who aren't familiar, this is like alternate stuff, like outside the game, basically, to be able to work your roster and things like that. So this is something we've been working on for the better part of a year, and we're close to rolling out a beta version. We've been in close communication with the admins of MSF.gg to create an API that allow their website direct access to game info, such as mission nodes, general info about characters, including but not limited to XP upgrades, ISO 8 upgrades, and traits. We'll be progressing from an alpha test to a live beta test in the near future. So basically what this is, from what I understand, you know, it's a way to export your roster to some sort of third-party or online website, and that way it's good for things like Alliance admin, that kind of thing, so that your Alliance leaders or your captains can see your roster, or, you know, the whole Alliance's roster, so it makes it a bit easier to you know, go over things like raid lanes and just see the general progress, maybe Alliance War, things like that as well. So this would help for me as an Alliance leader to be able to admin a little bit, and so that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that they were working on something like that. Under review, everything mentioned above is already in production. A couple of topics that aren't fully in production yet, but we are actively under review by the team, and plans of action are currently being explored. Alliance War. Many players favorite game mode and realize that it could be spiced up a bit to encourage new tactics. No shit. It's been like, how long? A year and a half? I don't know, it's been a long time. You know, when are we getting those room upgrades? We're currently exploring several options to shake things up a bit, and we should have more information to share in the near future on those plans. We want to revisit the room bonuses, and we're exploring allowing for additional attacks and additional defense squads per room. That's going to be a bit chunky there, especially if it makes war a bit longer, more defense, more offense teams. I'm not sure how I feel about that necessarily. Alliance War does take up a fair bit of time, even though it's only 3 times a week already. I would like to see, you know, if they're going to do anything with those room upgrades, and yeah, I don't know, but obviously some improvements are better than nothing, but I think that I don't know if I want to have like 15 attack teams, things like that. I guess they would have to maybe have a higher energy cap or something like that, or give you... I don't want them to speed up the war energy. I don't want to have energy every 2 hours rather than 3.5 hours. I would like the war energy, the war attacks to cap out maybe at 10 or something like that. And because I think the cap at 5, it's tough for casual alliances that you know, aren't hardcore about wars, people who might miss some of their free attacks because it's you're waiting on the refresh and all that. So yeah, I'm wondering how they're gonna work that out. I really don't want them to make it more unfriendly for casual alliances, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for the moment, but I don't want them to put too much more pressure onto war from a time perspective than it already is for casual alliances, so we'll see. RealTime Arena, we're taking community feedback into account on several aspects of the feature, including the recent changes to player quitting a match before it's finished. This created some unintended edge cases. We've also heard community feedback regarding imbalances in matchmaking. Oh dear lord. The matchmaking. I'm sure you guys had some really awful matchmaking, like 200k separate, you know, the team powers is crazy. The matchmaking in RealTime Arena is quite bonkers, frankly. They really need to be more transparent about whatever the algorithm or formula they're using for RealTime Arena, because sometimes it's just out of this world. And if they ever actually do ranked matches in the future, then they definitely need to fix that, because it's just not really great. And a desire to have a great incentive on focusing on winning matches. Frankly, I honestly don't mind if they go back to character kills, the knockouts. I actually preferred it better when there was knockouts rather than the ability uses, because the ability uses, it made it really difficult for people who didn't have these characters leveled to actually get them in. So would love to hear some feedback from you guys about if you preferred the knockouts versus the ability usage. No right or wrong answer. Feel free to say anything you want. Personally, I just think that the knockouts were a bit easier to do, because then you could focus on actually winning the matches. Ability uses can be really hard when you don't have the character leveled. You're trying to get them in, but then you get them killed because everyone's using Baron Zemo. And god, do I hate Baron Zemo. Even though I do have Gear Tier 15 Zemo, I love Zemo, but in RealTime Arena, he causes a lot of rage with a lot of players because of his spawn explosion, you know, so... yeah, we'll continue, we'll see. They're going to continue on and incorporate feedback, blah, blah, blah. Summary, and no problem, Hayden. You know, we'll go back and do a quick summary of everything, basically, that came up really quickly, and see what you guys kind of were interested in more than others. Yeah. There you go. That's the preview of what we're working on the first half of 2021. We have a lot of improvements and special events planned, especially around the time of the game's anniversary in March and April. I actually forgot when that was, so apparently that's when it is. I actually started playing in May 2018, so there you are. We're coming up on 3 years soon. Please note that everything mentioned here is subject to change and has the possibility of being pushed outside the given time frame. I really hope they keep to some of these. We'll do our best to keep you updated on the status of these initiatives. While we're constantly looking at how to update and improve existing features, we are simultaneously working on developing new game modes that will provide unique and thrilling challenges. While we're not quite ready to talk about any of these yet, we do want you to know that they're under construction. We hope to have more details to share later in 2021, possibly early 2022. All right, guys, so they need to start. Yeah, that's too far. Okay, too far ahead. Yeah, this sounds good. This sounds kind of lofty. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds lofty, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on some of these things. But you know, Scopely or Fox Next or whoever, you know, had you know, they're really good at pushing things back. They were really good at talking a good game and then pushing back these features until people got really frustrated about it. So, yeah. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. So we're going to start back up at the top, just do a quick review. I'm not going to go into the text here. So first thing that came out is skins, costumes, whatever you want to call it. So they haven't clarified what interesting pictures here. They didn't say exactly how we're going to be getting them. I kind of want to assume it's going to be some sort of combination of achievements or money, cash dollar, of course. ISO 8 Tier 2. This will be coming out in the Doom raids eventually at some point as rewards, probably after they revamp the Doom raids, because there's a lot of complaints over the difficulty over that. This Strike Pass, I am a bit concerned about. The Strike Pass is basically a second Battle Pass from what it sounds like, but in the rest of the game, not related to RealTime Arena. And so this is what people were wanting from the actual Battle Pass itself, the Mojo's Mayhem Battle Pass. So I am a bit concerned here. Not gonna lie, this is a concerning part of the game for me. I don't want to have to subject people to, you know, a Strike Pass and a Mojo's Mayhem Battle Pass. I doubt it's going to be one or the other, but I kind of wish it was. If we're talking about $20 US for both the Mojo's Mayhem and the Strike Pass, this is going to be a bit tough, I think. And I think it's the skins are just gonna change the characters. I don't think that they're gonna change any abilities or anything like that. An exclusive original character, so there's gonna be a brand new Marvel Strike Force character that is specific to Marvel Strike Force that isn't in the rest of the Marvel Universe, but is going to be added to this character, but will be canon in the Marvel Universe. Maybe we'll see some additional comics or something like that with these characters. I think this was a thing for Marvel Contest of Champions. I believe there was an exclusive character for that game, so we'll see how that pans out here for Strike Force. Save Squad tabs. Great news, something that I have been asking for, everyone's been asking for a very long time, so hopefully this doesn't take too long to roll out. Honestly, this is probably one of the improvements, quality of life improvements that need to come sooner rather than later. Raid season milestone upgrades, so extending that, probably more rewards there. Raid key tracking, again, not really something that really was brought to my attention, so I don't really care too much about that. Red Stars for Ultron. Oh my god, this is probably one of the bigger ones, because, I can't wait to put Tier 15 onto Ultron, because after I beat Dark Dimension 4 for the first time, I did take Ultron to Tier 14 for Dark Dimension 3, and I'm glad I did that, now that we know that he's going to be getting Red Stars at some point here with some alternate currency, whatever that happens to be. But the fact that they're actually thinking about Red Stars for Ultron and they're going to do it, I'm really happy about that, so that's great. So, API programming, again, this is more for Alliance admin kind of stuff, exporting your roster online so that other people can take a look at it and your Alliance leaders can look at that. Some updates, hopefully sometime in the near future for Alliance War and RealTime Arena. So again, that's a quick overview of the things that we talked about in this live stream in case you guys missed out on it. And of course, yeah, all of this is subject to change, but I do hope that some of these come sooner rather than later. I definitely would love to see the Ultron stuff coming sooner rather than later, but at the very least, Save Squad tabs. Please, please, for the love of all that is holy and anything in the world, please give us Save Squad tabs sooner rather than later. This has been, not only would it make it easier for me for Blitz, Raid, Alliance War. I don't care about Arena. I don't really change my Arena teams, but Blitz, Raid, and War, that's something that I need separate tabs for, please. Especially for Gamma raids, or the Greek raids, regular raids, my alternate teams, etc. I don't know if they're gonna, they didn't say whether or not they're gonna go up to a 7 red Ultron. I don't really expect that to happen, but if you could get 4 or 5 for Ultron, not to mention that, you know, don't forget guys, red stars scale with minions, so Ultron's bots would get the red stars, and holy crap, Ultron is going to be great again, because he is going to be a rolling machine of death. With red stars on his minions. His minions already hit pretty hard at level 80, tier 14, because that's what I have him at. So, yeah, some new considerations for Ultron. He probably, with red stars, would give a run for a lot of people's money, although he is going to be conflicting with Dr. Doom, because obviously there'll be too many bots of any degree on the map. So I'm not sure if you'd run Ultron and Dr. Doom together, because this could cause problems with too many bots on the field, but we'll have to wait and see. Regardless, Ultron is probably going to get you know, his top 5 spot back in once he gets red stars. So we'll have to see how quickly we can actually get red stars for Ultron. I assume it's going to be like, you know, back in the old days when you collected shards for Ultimus and how slow that was. I suspect that to be the case with Ultron, because you know, the first 2 red stars will be easy or easy-ish, and then after that it's probably going to be a slow progression up to 4 or something like that. You know, I'm perfectly fine if they leave him with Ultron at 4 red stars, because even that is probably going to be a significant increase to him. Any higher than that might be game-breaking, frankly, 5 and above, because he is still really good. But yeah, so what do you guys think? You know, there's a few good things here. I don't know if it addresses everything that the community was asking for, and I guess that's why next week we are going to be getting the acknowledgement post round 2. So we'll see how that shapes up. And of course, tomorrow morning we do have the standard blog to let us know how things are coming. By the way, when the hell is Moon Knight coming out, and what is his release method? Because they haven't actually told us that. So hopefully that's coming in the blog post tomorrow. And then we'll have to wait and see about the community acknowledgement post next week. I will be doing some additional videos regarding some of the stuff here. For those who didn't join me today in the live stream, I will be talking about some of these issues, perhaps separately. I'll probably be ripping this out as well to post on my channel more generally, so that people who weren't here gets to take a look at it as well, or if they're too lazy to look at the live stream, so they see it separately. So this is just a very short live stream special. This isn't a full live stream, guys, but I will have, of course, my usual live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow at the usual time. The Saturday Boilon live stream will be happening tomorrow. So just a really quick thing I wanted to do with you guys and kind of do this together, you know, doing it live. So thanks everyone for coming out to the live stream. My apologies that there wasn't a lot of rants here. Actually, there was some rants, maybe you missed it there. But yeah, you'll see some more tomorrow when we talk about it on tomorrow's YouTube live stream. And there will be some more videos to come, of course, when I take some more time to really consider some of the aspects that are being talked about here, especially the costumes. Kind of want to talk a bit more about that, and Ultron Red Stars, I think. I think that's the main thing. And the Strike Pass, man. I really am not sure about this Strike Pass. So, yeah. So we're going to leave it here for just now, guys. Thanks for coming around for this short live stream. And, of course, if you're not in the Discord, you should definitely get in the Discord, and we can talk about this some more in there. So I'm just going to be leaving you guys for now. I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow afternoon for my Saturday live stream. Otherwise, take care for the rest of the day or the rest of the evening. Watch that WandaVision if you're watching that, and I'll see y'all next time.